welcome back to another episode. What? You're laughing at me.
No, you're good.
You interrupted me. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Horizon podcast. It's late.
Episode number 4. We're really starting to crank them out now, trying to do one a week. Not really an official schedule, but that's kind of like what our goal is right now.
Few things that have happened since the last time we did a podcast. Actually, I just thought of this. So last time we did a podcast, we ended because we were going to get our Buffalo Wild Wings, and we had Buffalo Wild Wings tonight before we started. But this time it wasn't as good because I messed up our order. But anyways, so one thing that happened, the Taylor Little League team won the World Series over the weekend.
Woo, woo.
Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. I don't know if anyone knows who those people are, but they boxed, and Jake ended up winning after midnight. Steven fell asleep, and I fell asleep too, and I woke up, and it was the 6th round, so I stayed up to watch the rest of it. And another big thing that happened is Steven turned 25 last Saturday.
Yep.
Do you feel older?
Not really. It was a great day. Serena surprised me with a bunch of different activities that day, and we had some family and friends come out to enjoy it with us.
We did some axe throwing,
which was a lot harder.
It is,
but a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Like, I wanted to do it because I heard good things about it, but it was so much harder than I thought, and I had so much fun doing it.
It was a lot of fun. And actually, I learned that throwing with 2 hands is easier than throwing with 1, which surprised me. And Steven woke up sore the next day, so I don't know what you did.
No, I didn't wake up sore the next day. I was sore leaving that place. But what I found weird was like, in most sports, when you do like the motion of like throwing a ball or like hitting a ball or something, you generally flick your wrist or bend your wrist.
I did see you flick your wrist a lot because I got videos of it.
And what you want to do when you axe throw is every time I got on the board and close to a bullseye was when I kept my wrist stiff and didn't flick my wrist. Every time I flicked my wrist, the axe didn't stick in the board and didn't really go where I wanted. But when I had a firm wrist, it went exactly where I wanted and stuck every time.
It's one of those things where, like, it's really nerve-wracking, but then after you throw it for the first time, it's fine. Because it was super heavy when I picked it up, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. And
heavy?
To me, it was. It was heavier than I thought it was going to be.
I thought we were going to use, like, actual axes. Like,
it was.
No, those were, like, hatchets. Oh. Axes are, like 2 feet long.
Oh.
But we
were also standing, like, they had a line on the floor, and we stood a lot closer than I thought. Like, we had bounced back a couple times, and it made me really nervous.
And it's kind of weird that they kind of had it to where everybody could watch.
Yeah, it was, like, in the middle of the place. I thought it was going to be, like, its own little room because I booked, like, a party thing. But, oh well. And then we went to Dave & Buster's at night and surprised you with some of your friends that showed up, and it was a good night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Much needed in this busy life that we've had.
And then Sunday we did absolutely nothing. We woke up for an hour, ate, and then took a nap for 3 hours, and then woke up, ate, and went to bed.
When we woke up the second time, we finished watching the Little League World Series.
Oh yeah, it came on at 3 or 3:30, something like that. So,
I got a question for you.
Okay.
It's kind of like a would you rather question.
Okay, so we're going to play Would You Rather?
Yeah, I got a couple, but we'll see how far it goes.
Okay, because I got a segment too.
Okay. Would you rather only drive in reverse, like all the time, or not drive at all?
Ooh.
So like,
I would consider myself a good driver, and I can drive in reverse, but I don't know if I would want to do it all the time. But you also need a car to go places. So I would probably choose drive in reverse everywhere, although it would take a lot of getting used to.
See?
Well, wait. So is everyone else driving in reverse too, or am I the only one on the road driving in reverse? I think too far into these.
I took it as like you're the only person.
Oh, then I wouldn't drive at all, and I would get an Uber everywhere.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do too. I mean, I'd probably have.
It's just too risky.
I mean, it'd just be weird, like going on the expressway, going 70 in reverse.
Yeah, I wouldn't drive. I changed my mind. I wouldn't drive at all.
Okay, I got a couple more. So this one is kind of weird. So don't judge me on it. Would you rather have floppy ears like an elephant, or 4 teeth that cover your whole mouth? So 2 teeth, 2 very big teeth that split the top of your mouth that cover like the whole gum.
Like husks?
No, not like corn husks or tusks.
Tusks. That's what I meant. I'm tired.
No. So like how your teeth are now, just imagine it's split down the middle, but have all of the other teeth being connected as one tooth on the right side, one tooth on the left side in the upper, and then one tooth on the bottom right side, one tooth on the bottom left side, but it's full. It's not just like you have 4 random teeth. It's like...
Babe, I already forgot what the first thing you said was.
Alright.
What was it? Wait, what was the first one?
Have floppy ears.
I'll just choose that one.
Okay.
I can't believe I said husks.
Corn husks.
That reminds me, I'll never live this down. So in school, you know, like when people gloat about something, like brag?
Yes.
Okay, well, I was telling my friends, I forget the context, but I was trying to say, like, oh, they're gloating, or like, oh, you gloat. And I said bloat for like 4 days straight. And I tried to understand why people didn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
So floppy ears.
Okay. I probably want the floppy ears too, because I think having 4 teeth in your mouth would just look really bizarre.
You wouldn't be able to chew anything.
Yeah, you would.
Barely. It'd be like a hippo. Have you ever seen like hippos?
They have
all the food falls out of their mouth.
They have pointy teeth though. This is just like our normal teeth, but the tooth, instead of it being so small, it's just bigger, like this way.
Yeah, no, I'd rather have floppy ears.
So, would you rather every time you blink, you sneeze, or every time you blink, you laugh?
I probably want to laugh.
I think I would too, because I think it would be a lot of sneezing.
How many times do you blink a minute? You blink so much. You wouldn't even be able to breathe if you're sneezing that many times. Although you wouldn't be able to breathe if you laugh that much either. So it's one of those things where you try not to blink. Isn't it a fact that like men blink more than women?
I don't think that's a fact at all. I think you just made it up on the spot.
No, I'm pretty sure. I heard it on the radio.
Look it up. I don't think it's a fact.
Trusty. Oh, my Google thing is still up on define insect versus bug from last time.
So while she's looking it up...
Wait, what did I say? Do men blink more than women? Sorry, I think out loud. Results. Spontaneous blink rate was significantly larger in women than men. You know what? I almost said women blink larger, and then I...
See? You were wrong.
Older women blink more frequently than younger men.
Huh. How do they find these statistics out?
I have no idea.
I would not want to be a blink counter. So, you know, like the funny, like videos going around of people have dads going to an auto store and they have their daughters walk in and ask for
like
blinker fluid.
Yeah.
Would you consider eye drops blinker fluid?
Yeah. And the only reason I had a long pause is because I was like, is this something that like keeps you up?
Not much keeps me up.
I know, we talked about that last time. But yeah, I would say, yeah. You used blinker fluid earlier.
Not earlier today, yesterday.
I need blinker fluid.
Me too. I'm running low. So, would you rather only be able to talk in reverse?
You have to know how to do that. Okay, what's the other option? Because I'm sure that's what I'm going to choose.
Or talk where you mumble everything together. So, like...
Sometimes I mumble without realizing it.
But, so reverse would be, like...
Like Yoda.
No. So, like, every word. You wouldn't say the sentence in reverse. Every word would be
like
in
the
reverse.
Spelling would be in reverse.
Yeah, and that's how you say it.
Ooh. I probably.
So it wouldn't
mumble.
be like I put on jeans.
Yeah, it'd just be gibberish.
Jeans put on I.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like that. So it'd just be gibberish.
Well, I guess it'd be perspective, because if you say it like the sentence in reverse versus the words, then it kind of, I'd rather do that.
Well, yeah, but you said it wasn't that.
No, I mean, you can do it either way, how you think about it.
But people wouldn't know what you're saying. It wouldn't make sense.
I mean, no one would understand if you mumble it either.
It's true.
I'd choose the reverse because I think it'd be different. And it would be the way where you, not each word, but like the sentence. So you start at the end of the sentence and say it.
Yeah, I'd rather mumble.
Okay. So this one is kind of getting a little edgier, I guess. Like, kind of darker.
Darker?
Would you rather know where you're going to die or when you're going to die? So like when would be like you'd be able to know day, time.
So you'd be able to like plan everything.
Like know exactly up to the exact second.
But if you know where, you can avoid it.
But would it be unavoidable? Like, what if it's like?
I'd rather know when.
When? So you kind of plan.
Actually, I don't know. That's scary.
Because like.
I don't like this question.
This isn't that.
That's one of my biggest fears is death. So like, I really don't think about it.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd rather. I think, like, I kind of rather know where. So
but then what if it's like, at your house, and then it's like the next minute?
But it could be like in a hospital. So if you know it's in a hospital, you could sort of like plan like, okay, I'm going to start eating healthier, doing exercise. Try to get your body
like avoid it.
Sort of like avoid it. Or if it's like,
so you're thinking like some Final Destination stuff.
I still haven't seen that movie.
Oh.
But like where
spoiler alert, if you're ever on the expressway behind a truck carrying logs, get in the other lane.
But in this where it says where, it doesn't necessarily, you won't be able to avoid it because you don't know when it's going to happen.
Right, that's why I'd rather know when.
See, I feel like that'd just be like a constant countdown.
No, because I try to do everything that I want to do before then.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, to me, that'd be like a countdown, like, I got 7,542 days left, 6,000, or whatever,
I don't like that question.
Okay.
Next, I'm on nightmares.
Would you rather have a photographic memory where you can remember everything and anything that's ever happened, and like when you're reading a book, you can just look at the page, memorize it, move on, like so you know, or wait, sorry, I misspoke. Would you rather have a photographic memory or remember everything that has ever happened in your life? So like a photographic memory, like you can like remember.
Isn't that like the same thing?
I think the question is more like you can remember, like you can look at something and memorize it, but you can't, like you don't know what happened in the past. Like
I'd rather be able to
remember everything that happened in the past. I guess it's kind of the same thing. I don't know.
I'd probably rather have a photographic memory because there's no reason to remember everything in the past.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
So my last one. Would you rather be able to see into the future or freeze time?
Freeze time for sure.
You wouldn't
Sometimes.
You wouldn't want to be able to see into the future and.
No, because it's kind of like going back to the last thing about like dying. Like you would kind of be able to see when you die, right?
Well,
I'd rather freeze time.
I guess that's where you kind of are either more of like a glass half full, glass half empty kind of person, because you could look at it and see, oh, in the future I got this promotion at work, or I got this new car, or our house went up in value, or we got a new house, or
I'd rather be able to freeze time because there's been so many times where like we've been on vacation or like doing something, and it like like our wedding night, for example, it goes by so fast.
Oh my god, that night went by
incredibly We were there for
fast.
8 hours,
It didn't
and
feel
it felt like 2. I looked at my clock, my watch, and it said 9 o'clock, and I was like, we gotta cut the cake, we gotta do this, we gotta do that.
Yeah, I think I'd rather freeze time too, because there's
because then you can unfreeze it whenever you want.
Because there's definitely times that I wish that I spent more time with people, or like had opportunities to like freeze.
We could still be 16 right now.
Kind of like that jellyfish that once it reaches a certain age, it can.
That's still crazy to me. But yeah, I think I'd rather freeze time.
So now, what is?
All right, my turn for a segment. So I saw.
About time she came up with a segment, right?
Oh, stop. So I saw on Facebook a couple. I screenshotted them. Let me see. So like those things about the English language, like how weird it is. It's just some of those things. So it's nothing to respond to. It's just like I'm gonna say these and it's gonna make you think. Okay.
I'm good at thinking. Sometimes.
Okay. So why is naked pronounced naked, but baked is not pronounced baked? See, you have to know how to say these things because I said it right, but like when you read it, it's the same.
I feel like, so if you say it the other way, oh, I got a baked potato, or
be naked.
I'm naked in the shower.
Yes, that's weird. All right, another one. Every letter C in Pacific Ocean is said differently. So, like the first C in Pacific is like a S sound,
like
and then
S.
Yep, and then at the end it's a K.
That's why a lot of people say like Pacific Ocean.
I said that sometimes. I used to say Paschetti instead of spaghetti. You should see the look Steven's giving me right now. All right, on to the next. Let me see. So, if womb is pronounced womb and tomb is pronounced tomb, see, it's hard when you're not reading these things. Shouldn't bomb be pronounced boom? And then somebody commented, at least it will make boom if you're not careful. It's hard to say things because like you have to like see it.
So one of the English things that kind of I don't understand is, Serena's heard this before, but so there's rough, tough, they're all spelled the same. Cough. And then there's dough, like DOUGH, spelled the same as rough, tough, and cough.
But it's not duff.
Like you don't go, oh, I want a duff nut. You say, I want a dough nut. Or, oh, that's some, look at that bread duff. Like you don't say that, oh, look at that bread dough. Like how can one word be pronounced so differently than the others?
I've always wanted to like know or like listen in on another language. So like for instance, we take Spanish and we learn Spanish, and it's hard sometimes, but I've always wanted to like hear how they learn English, because I feel like learning English is a lot harder than learning Spanish because of all this stuff.
Yeah, well, I always think of like our English, how we speak, as like American language, because it's not directly linked, or I mean, I guess it is it's part of like English, but it has there's all these different like aspects to the English language that we speak that makes it so much harder to learn. Because like in Spanish, all the vowels have the same sound, where ours, we have, what is it called? Like big A or little a, or long A's or short A's.
Something like
that.
Like
whatever, like, I'm sure you guys know what I mean. Where in Spanish, it's just like A is like ah. And I don't know, like O is ooh, or
I don't know.
like
That's weird.
Yeah.
So another thing I have is it lists like a bunch of pictures of foods. So like it shows an eggplant, and it's called eggplant, but there's no egg in it. A pineapple, there's no pine, and there's no apple. Hamburger, there's no ham.
It's not even pork. It's ground beef. And then ham is pork.
And then guinea pig isn't a pig.
No.
And then I got a couple more. So if you replace the W in where, what, and when with a T, then you answer the question. So like where, there, what, that, and when, then. That's kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if it's
My
cool.
My mind is blown.
I bet it is. And my last one.
So is that the right there?
So there's 3 different theirs. I'm big on grammar.
But
yeah, that's the right there.
Okay. I'm not good at grammar, so I don't know.
So the word firefly is the opposite of waterfall.
Oh, I guess so.
That's weird too, because they're like two totally different things.
Because firefly, like the fire is flying, or like the bug, and then waterfall, water is falling, or like the actual like Niagara Fall, like water falling over an edge.
Yeah, when I heard firefly, I thought of the bug, not firefly.
Oh.
You're tired. It's all right. That's all I got, though.
All right. Well, this podcast was a little bit longer than our others. So if you guys stay with us this long, that means you guys rock with us and you guys are interested in what we have to say.
That's got to be our new outro, because you've said that the past 3 times.
Well, I don't see you coming up with any outros.
You're scratching my back tonight.
Nope.
We're only a few listeners away from having sponsors on the channel. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, to have some sponsors.
Yeah, have different sponsors.
Be able to see what they are.
And, I mean, we should come up... You know what we should do is we should think of some, like, companies or products that we really, really like to use and just, like, make our own, like, advertisement or something for it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, not, like, them paying us, but just, like, a free brand.
Yeah, and give people some like ideas on good items that we have and like to use.
I got one in mind, so we'll have to
do a whole podcast sort of based on it, or a segment.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready for bed.
All right, see you guys next time. Bye.